Welcome heroes! In this video I'm going to show you everything that you need to know or missed from the Renegade Con. And we're going to go and dive into the figures and the cool stuff that will be coming out this year. Let's just dive straight into it. And the first thing I wanted to show you was a little clip. We're not going to watch it all, but just the shout out that you should go watch this. It was really cool, done by Tales of Valhalla and a bunch of different voices from the community. Really cool. Some of the things before we get into all the figures, I just want to point out pretty much just all the little announcements and some of the cool things that they're doing. This here is the Warden of Valhalla. There's more information that's going to be coming out on this. Basically, it's helping like create leaders in the community to help organize more play and build the community locally. And there's little perks, it seems like, so a lot of the Wardens of Valhalla will get as well. So looks really cool. Another thing announced, more terrain. It's always come out with more terrain. This is the lava terrain and it looks really cool. Here's another picture of it. So you got 24 hexes, got 7 tiles, 3 tiles, doubles and singles, lots of molten lava as well, and outcroppings. Those look really cool. They look kind of translucent like jello. I don't know. We'll see how they actually look in person. Oh, this is really cool. They announced a glyph pack. Just looks great. You know, that was one thing that a lot of the community wasn't happy about, was the art just seemed two-dimensional and just really simple. And everybody wanted something more dynamic, and here it is. Really cool. I'm excited for it too. Now, for anybody pre-ordering the new Heroscape, you can get these Revenant dice pack. I like them. I definitely want to get myself some of these. Pretty sweet looking. If you want to get some of these dice, use my affiliate link in the description. Gives a little kickback, helps out the channel, makes it so I can make videos like this. Thank you for watching either way. And let's move on to the next announcement they had. This is really exciting for me because I'm a very competitive person. Whether I'm good or not, I enjoy competitive play. And they're coming out with a program called Valkyrie Trials. So they're going to be like special tournaments you can do locally at game stores and things like that, and they'll have cool price support. But like this, check out that gold foil card. Super awesome looking. Oh, I'm really curious to see what the foil looks like. It'll be really cool. But her pose is super cool too. And then it's got Valkyrie Trials stamped on there. And then if you take first or second place, you're getting a Valkyrie. You're getting a Lovey attack with a special base. That's really cool. First day participation prizes at the Worlds at Gen Con, the World's Championship. Look at that. There you just get a Raylin with a silver foil. We'll talk about her card here in a bit, but that's really cool. Also, day one looked like they're getting some awesome t-shirts. That's cool. And then it looks like just participation day 2, there's going to be some custom dice as well. And not just dice, it looks like you're going to get a premium plastic Raylin card. So that whole card will actually be plastic. That's kind of cool, actually. And now prizes, you get into the top 32. You're going to get mortar marker screen and some custom mortar markers with some gold on them. Those are cool. Top 16 are going to get foil glyphs. Those are shiny. I'm excited. I like foil stuff. The top 8 are going to get some really nice dice and order marker organizers made by Board Heroes? Who's that? I think I know him. Those are going to be really cool. I do make them as well, so if you want to get one, just message me, let me know. You won't get the World's Championship one, but I can put something else on it. Top 4 are going to get some other really cool looking customized dice towers and dice trays. Those look cool. Second place is going to get some Gen Con badge for 2026. Oh, that's cool. So then you can just come back next year. That's nice. And then an awesome trophy. Those are super cool looking. I saw some of those trophies last year. Really cool. Oh, and then you get World Championship Day 2 buy. So then you get a buy for the next thing. And first place, awesome champion. You get to come back next year. You get the buy. So your name's going to get ananagrammed for future Heroscape hero. Like, wow, now you become part of Heroscape for winning? That's amazing. I better do lots of training. I would love that. That's cool. Really cool. So, very exciting. All that stuff for Gen Con coming up. Cool prizes. They also said, like, the Raylin will become available after Gen Con for purchase, just kind of like all the promos do and things like that. So you'll be able to still get her. Last little announcement was cool right before they kind of finished off. Scott jumped on there and revealed something really cool that's coming out in 2026. He revealed Heroscape G.I. Joes are coming. So that would be cool. Snake Eyes, a bunch of the other awesome guys. Who knows what it'll be like. That'll be really cool though. Getting some G.I. Joes. Okay, let's get into all of the figures. We'll read through the cards, talk a little theory, and see what we got coming. So we have Imperator Kane. He's cool looking. One of those Voreds, and he's got a giant robot he uses. There you go, look at that. Little Gatling gun, robot, little flames coming off it. That's cool, I like it. Let's see what he does. So he has Stomp 8. So once during his turn, at any point during his normal movement, that he is on a space where he could end his movement, you may choose an adjacent small or medium figure whose level is no more than 5 levels above Kane's level and roll the 20-sided die. If you roll an 8 or higher, that figure receives 1 move. Cool. So basically he's got 5 move. You move 3, there's a figure there, you use your Stomp 8, it could kill it if it's just like a squad with 1 life, and then you could finish moving. And then you can take a shot, you can shoot at somebody. So what would be really cool is you walk up to somebody and he's on height, and maybe you move like 3, you use that and kill him, and then you take the step up onto height and then you shoot down with 5 range. So pretty cool. There's no bonding Voreds yet, so that if there's a bonding squad for Voreds or something that comes out in the future, that would be really cool to be able to have somebody like that stomping and shooting as he moves around. 130 points is pretty reasonable. 5 life, 5 range, 3 attack, 4 defense. It's pretty good. Let's move on to the next. Scavarith, Lord of Ruin. Alright, this art's just super cool. All the Icenic are like terrifying and have really cool, fun abilities. Like this guy, Gatling guns and tubes for eyes. I don't know what's going on here. He's crazy looking though. Super cool. I like that sculpt. He's gonna be big. I bet he's huge. Huge 9, and he's gonna be a big boy. Let's see, he has 2 abilities. His first one's a double burst special attack. Range 4, attack 3. When Scavarith, Lord of Ruin, attacks with double burst special attack, he may attack 1 additional time, targeting the same or different figures with each attack. So that's nice. So you can attack the same person twice. It's an attack of 3. So it's not super high, but that gives you 2 attacks, right? And then he has Battle Surge. So after taking a turn with Scavarith, you may reveal an X order marker on this army card to take 1 additional turn with Scavarith. You cannot use double burst special attack during this additional turn. If Scavarith does not attack a figure during the additional turn, Scavarith suffers 1 wound. So, I mean, ideally, you take a turn with him, do a double attack, kill some things, and then you can reveal the X order marker on him, take an additional turn, move up. I mean, moves 5, that's decent. You move 5 and then attack for 5. That's strong. So he gets 3 attacks out of him. He has 185 points, kind of expensive, but he has 7 life and 4 defense. That's going to last for quite a bit. And the other thing that's cool, he can bond with the Lich. So if you bond with the Lich, and I think you can still use the Battle Surge after taking a turn with Scavarith. So you just take a turn, like it doesn't say after revealing an order mark with Scavarith. We reveal the X order marker on this army card. So you could put the X order marker on him, do the Lich, and then take a turn with him. So that's pretty cool that you'll be able to bond with that. And that would give you 4 activations, basically. I mean, not 4 separate guys, but you get 4 attacks, right? The Lich could have an attack, and then he would have a double attack, and then he would have his regular attack. But you could use your Surge on him from the Lich and make him stronger, move further, and attack for 7 with that +2. So there's some cool synergies going on there, and different things that you could do with those combos. One of the things that everybody is super excited for were the lava crabs, Molten Crustaceans. Mostly probably because they're a common squad, and they have an insane ability. It's going to change up the map. They look so fun. They're like carrying a hammer and a dagger, and what's this guy? Like some chains or something? That'll be fun. That's cool art. I like it. So 1 life, just regular common squad. 5 move, attack 3, defense 3 for 45. It's alright. That's not bad. That point for that amount of points, that's not bad. You know, like Ashra are the same stat line, and they are 50 points. So 1 more. Ashra do have a really powerful ability when it comes to melee, because they only have to roll 1 defense. So that would make them stronger in this case, is fighting. But the ability to change the battlefield, we don't really even know what that's gonna happen with that, because we've never had any figure that had the ability to really change the battlefield. Like the first one that really had that ability was Awashia with her water tiles. And I mean, water does adjust the battlefield slightly, but it doesn't change elevations, and you can't die because of water. I guess maybe if you're certain figures that are affected by water sometimes. But anyways, besides the point, not too crazy. But these guys, let's read their abilities. So you have the Volcanic Carapace. Begin the game with 3 1-hex lava-filled tiles and 1 hex of molten lava tile for every squad of Molten Crustaceans in your army. After a Molten Crustacean you control is destroyed by a normal attack or leaving engagement attack, you must roll the 20-sided die and place 1 of these tiles onto the space the figure occupied. If the tile fits normally on that space, if you roll a 19 or higher, place a molten lava tile if able. Otherwise, place a lava-filled tile. So there is some counters to get around that, him dropping tiles, because if you use a special attack, it won't proc. Also, if you use like a wound, because it's leave engagements or normal attacks, so like a stomp or something, you know, things like that, or Adelburn, he can use his abilities, crushing blow or whatever, and that would also negate it. So there's a bunch of ways to negate it. So there's ways around it, but still, what's crazy is if you turn up a molten lava 19 or higher, if somebody steps in that, they have to get a 20 or higher, they die. So it doesn't matter. They just completely eliminate something. And most competitive maps, if there is lava, it's never on the same level, because if it's on the same level, somebody could grab you or push you, because most grabs and pushes require you to be the same level. Not with these guys being around, because they could drop lava on same level or even like on height places and stuff, but they can drop it on the same level, right? The other thing that's really crazy too is the height that could happen and the change of that battlefield, because either way you're dropping a lava field or molten lava. More often it'll be the lava field, right? Which a lava field, you know, at the end of the round you can take a wound, or you are going to have just that height change, right? You're going to start building up terrain heights, so then you can use that to take advantage of shooting on people, so you can create your own defensive areas with height. So there's some pretty interesting tactics that will come because of these crabs. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. Really going to be interesting. So squad of 3, I mean, you can, for 5 squads is like 225, you know, and then you could throw in some Iconix and the Lich, you know, the Lich and the Wraith Riders, which they have pull, so you could go out, change up the battlefield with the crabs, hopefully drop some molten lava. You know, with 15 crabs, it's pretty high. There's a chance there you could drop some molten lava, and then you take the Iconix out and start cleaning up whatever they didn't kill, and hopefully you get some pulls into molten lava and just eliminate people. That would be pretty crazy, I think. A lot of fun. So I'm excited to see how these guys go. The next guys are the Tanuki Tricksters, which they come in that same pack of commons as the crabs. And these guys actually wouldn't be bad to go with the crabs too. You could put, you know, a couple of these. These guys are common. So here they are, their sculpts. And here's their cards. So there's a 2 of them. They're common squads. They have decent move, 6. Range 4, so they can shoot as well. Attack 3, defense 4. Defense 4 is pretty good too. So 3 4s, you know. So thinking about like what's some other two common squads, you have the Mesodemons, which they're range 4, move 5, attack 3, defense 3. So these guys have more defense, more move. They have Phantom Walk, so that's really strong. Mesodemons do have the ability with their exoskeleton to survive a lot more though, so that's cool. Plus their ability to do more damage to common squad, so it makes them 4. But the movement Phantom Walk could be quite advantageous. Now the other thing, one of their abilities that's really cool is Snage Waza, however you say that, 9. So before attacking with a Trickster, you may choose an adjacent enemy small or medium figure and roll a 20-sided die. If you roll a 9 or higher, you may move the chosen figure 1 space. Tanuki Trickster never make leaving engagements attacks against figures moved by the Ninjawaza. So you could push somebody into lava, and it doesn't even have to be same level. It says move them 1 space. So you can move them down 1 space. There's a lot of things you can pull off with that, pushing people around, and it's both of them too. So that's 2 pushes potentially. And it doesn't say that you can't push somebody else. So you could potentially push one person 2 spaces. So that's kind of cool. Push them, shoot them. You know, talking about Astra again, just thinking like they'd be a great counter for Astra. They're engaged with you. You push them away, and then they have range. You shoot them. Like, that's cool. Or push them off a ledge, and now you gain an advantage, and you get an extra dice, and you get to roll 4 now because you just pushed them down 1. So there's some cool things I think you can do with these guys. And then the last ability they have is after you reveal an order marker on this army card and taking a turn with the Tanuki Tricksters, you may move up to 2 smaller medium Vorid or ninja figures you control that did not move this turn up to 3 spaces. So you could move around your other Vorid, and they have Phantom Walks, so you don't have to worry about disengage, so you can set up better for other attacks. So that's kind of cool how you can do that. And there's just a lot. And then other Vorids are smaller medium, so there's not a ton of Vorids at the moment. There's 6 total. 2 of them are huge, so you could move the other ones, but some of them are those flyers, so they aren't going to be really very easy to move them around unless they've landed. So, but still, it's growing. The Vorid army is growing, so it'll be cool to see what else comes out with the Vorids. Really fun. Revenant Acolytes. These guys are cool. That guy's got 4 arms. He's got no arm. 1 arm. So I guess he can get a lending hand from the other guy that's more. They look really cool. Cultists are cool. Anything that can come back to life, I really love, you know. They're a lot of fun. I always like vampires and werewolves, which they're kind of like vampires, dead, come back to life type style stuff. Super cool. Zombies, really cool. Like those too. Skeletons, fun. So these guys can come back to life. So squad, 40 points, like so cheap. And there's 3 of them, and they can come back to life. Yeah, they're kind of weak. Attack 2, defense 2 isn't great. Move 5, that's pretty standard. But risen by Revenant, at the start of each round, before placing order markers, you may place one of your destroyed Revenant Acolytes onto an empty space adjacent to a hero you control who follows Revenant. So any Revenant heroes, you can just boop, plop them up and comes back to life. So that's really cool. And then he has Hero Worship. While a hero you control who follows Revenant attacks with a normal attack or defends, if that hero is adjacent to 1 or more Revenant Acolytes you control, you may reroll 1 die. It allows you to get some extra rolls in there. I mean, they're not the strongest, obviously, especially if you look at all-time figures, you know. But for contemporary, they could pose a pretty good army. And there's a bunch more Revenant coming around, so you could be using them, kind of coordinating and being strategic. But coming back to life can be strong too. So the more they come back to life, the more value you get. So if it's a long, drawn-out game and you keep getting to bring people back to life, and what's nice too is it's just by any adjacent to any hero that follows Revenant. So you can have somebody that's deep in there fighting, and he can pop up right there and create some aid in helping you in that battle. Speaking of some Revenant heroes, we have Grave Grim. He's a dog. A wolf. Demon wolf. His art is super cool. It's a pretty cool sculpt. At least he's like a little more dynamic, jumping up. That's cool. I like that. But yeah, it's a really cool looking art. Let's look at his stats. He's got 2 life, and he's a common hero, which means we can use multiple of these, and he follows Revenant, so he would work for these Acolytes. I think that's kind of the idea. They come together, so you can use them together. Attack 4, defense 4, 6 move. Like, that's good stats, especially 40 points. This, I think, is the best ability, is the Guide of the Dead. After revealing an order marker on and before taking a turn with Grave Grim, you may move up to 6 small, medium, or large undead or Iconic figures you control up to 3 spaces each. So that's a lot of control of the board. And they do some decent damage. Attack 4, defense 4, like, they can survive a bit here. So you could couple them with Acolytes. You could move 6 Acolytes and try to keep, one next to you. Use them to kind of clog up the board. So there's some interesting builds, I think. And for only 40 points, it's not bad. Even if you just put one there to get your whole army developed like a lot faster and then switch your order markers over. And then he also does have Howling Presence, which basically, if he's within 3 spaces of somebody that's using their 20-sided die ability, it subtracts 3 from that roll. So if you need a 15 for something and you roll a 15, sorry, it can kind of ruin the special power sometimes. So could save lives. That's a cool common hero. It'll be fun to see how he gets used. So now we have another Vord. This is Decker, the Burrow Breaker. He is a champion Vord. 5 life, 5 move, 3 attack, 4 defense, 65 points. That's good value. 5 life, 4 defense, 3 attack. That's really good value. A lot of stat lines like this, like pretty much like all the Kyrie, are similar stat lines, honestly, and they're usually 90 to 100 points. So I feel like that's a really good stat for that points. Plus the ability. So it depends how good the abilities are. So you have underground movement. Instead of moving normally with the Decker, instead of moving normally with the Decker, the Burrow Breaker, I don't know why they say the Decker, but whatever. You may place him onto an empty, non-water space within 4 spaces of Decker that is no higher than 6 levels above or 3 levels below Decker's level. If Decker is engaged, when he starts his underground movement, he will take any leaving engagement attacks. Alright, so he can't get her from leaving, but he can climb up hills and or go down as well. So that's cool. You can be able to climb up things a lot faster. And it's within 4 spaces. So yeah, you can climb up some good stuff. That's cool. Drill, drive, special attack. Range special attack 4. Instead of moving and attacking normally with Decker, you may move him up to 5 spaces in a straight line. When moving with drill drive special attack, Decker may pass through figures and does not take leave engagement attacks from figures he passed through. After moving, roll attack dice once for all figures passed through that turn. Each figure rolls defense dice separately. Defending figures never have height advantage against drill drive special attack. So it's kind of like Nimring, where he just shoots a blast in a straight line. And this, you may move him up to 5 spaces. So up to 5 spaces. So you could get 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and you probably have to end on the 5th space. So you could hit 4 different people if they were lined up just right with an attack of 4. That feels pretty good. I like that. That's pretty cool. And just for this value, like, he's pretty cheap. And he is small, so you could use the Tricksters to kind of position him and then have him drill through people. So that's fun. I like to see how he plays out. Alright, what do we got next here? We have the Air Marshal Zed Nesbit. I did get the opportunity to get him early and I painted him up, so if you want to check out that video, I'll put a link over here somewhere. He was fun to paint. He was really big, that's for sure. He is a big figure. He's huge, so really cool. I put some little clouds on his base. It's fun. So let's see what he does. First off, worth 140 points, 6 life, 3 defense, attack 3, range 6, 5 move with flying. Stats, they're alright. Not super great, but they're alright for 140 points. So he is a Vord. He is huge, 15. I think he's like the biggest figure there is. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So let's look at his abilities. He has Skyhook. So after Air Marshal Zed Nesbit finishes moving, if he uses flying, during his movement, you may choose any number of friendly small or medium Vords that Nesbit passed over this turn. Place those figures adjacent to Nesbit. Figures move with Skyhook never take leave engagement attacks. So he could pick up a whole bunch of Tricksters. He could pick up Decker, so there's a bunch of guys you could pick up and move them to a better location. So that's kind of a cool ability there. He does have 5 move of flying, so you can fly over 4 people and just kind of reposition them, or move back, grab one, and take them up. So that's kind of cool. His crash landing special attack is cool, but you won't want to pick anybody up with your Skyhook if you're using it, because it affects all figures. So it's an attack of 5, everybody adjacent to him. Nesbit can only use crash landing special attack if he uses flying, so you do have to fly. All figures adjacent to Nesbit, so that's the thing, all figures. So don't pick anybody up or you'll be smacking them too. Are affected by crash landing special attack. Roll attack dice once for all affected figures. Each figure rolls defense dice separately. After using Crash Landing special attack, you must place 1 wound marker on this army, and Nisbet cannot move normally for the rest of the round. So that definitely want to use that towards the end of the round, but it's just like a 1-out like suicide mission type thing, because you're going to hurt yourself 1 wound and put yourself in a dangerous place. But 5 attack, if you get 4, even 3 is pretty good, but if you got 4 or 5 on that roll, you're probably killing everybody next to you. So, and you potentially, depending on how it all set up, you know, you're getting 3, 4, 5 attacks off of that. So that could be really fun. Just kind of boom, blow everybody up. I don't know who I'm most excited for. I might be most excited for Raylin, honestly. She's always really cool. She's Raylin, right? Let's check her out. That's a cool color scheme. The red and the blue. I like that look. That's cool. The card art is super cool. The way she's coming in at you with her spear. So unyielding. Other players cannot gain control of, move, or take turns with Raylin the category. She's not getting touched by anything, which is nice. Whirlwind Assault. Raylin may attack any number of times during her turn. She cannot attack any figure more than once per turn. So hit all adjacent figures, which we've seen that before, but still, that's a cool ability. Now this ability is, I think, is really strong. Vengeful Swoop 8. Once per turn, after another figure you control within 4 clear sight spaces of Raylin defends against a normal attack from an enemy figure. If they receive 1 or more wounds, you may place Raylin on an unoccupied space adjacent to the attacking figure and roll a 20-sided die. If you roll an 8 or higher, that figure receives 1 wound. Raylin does not take leave engagement attacks when moved by Vengeful Swoop. What? That's crazy. Because basically what happens, she could be sitting 4 spaces behind one of your guys, right? She's here. You have a guy here, 4 spaces away. And then you have a ranged guy, like way over here, like on height, whatever, you know, let's say like Krav Maga, for example, shoots 7. And you could be even more crazy and say they have Black Lore and they shoot 9, but shoot 7, right? Then you get to go. Raylin flies right next to Krav Maga. And then if you roll 8 or higher, dead. You don't even need order markers on her. Like, she could just be popping around and hit people. Like, that's crazy strong. Which will make her a huge target once you pop up there. But it also will make you think twice before you attack. Because, you know, if you're going to shoot somebody, like, if I shoot any of these guys, she's flying up and attacking me for free. She's going to be really cool. It makes you not want to attack some of the figures because she's going to fly up and attack you. So it kind of gives an interesting decision, which I like those decisions where it's like, well, if I attack you, then I can't attack you, but if I attack you, then you attack. So then, like, you're going to have to make a choice, which can make it tough, you know? And then you get somebody right up in your face, and depending on, like, Krav Maga, that counters Krav Maga right there, easily. If you shoot at anything but her, you could lose one of your guys for sure really easily. So really cool ability. I'm really excited to see how she gets used and what kind of stuff happens with her. Now, at some point, supposedly, we could get some figures that could bond with Kyrie. When we get those, man, something like this would be so much fun because you'd be able to attacking with her and her flying around. I don't know. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. We'll see how she turns out. I'm excited to see her. Excited to get her. Come to Gen Con. Be able to get her early. Super cool. Wow, there's just so many awesome things coming out. I am so excited for this year and all the new Heroscape and the competitive play. Gen Con's gonna be so cool. Awesome giveaways, awesome promos. It's gonna just be a blast this year. So again, if you want to get yourself some Heroscape, I do have an affiliate link in the bottom. Helps out the channel. Thank you so much. And if you want to see some videos on other figures that have come out or are coming out, you can check out them here. Or if you want to see some paint videos, you can go over there, or just go to the channel and find whatever you like. Be the hero game night.